Well, we got our first look at Johnny Storm flamed on for the Fantastic Four in some newly released art from Marvel Studios. But it not only gives us a look at Johnny Storm, but something much bigger. Oh, and they're also giving away some free Fantastic Four comics. Let's take a couple minutes to talk about the new official art, what's revealed, and why this once again is a big clue on where this is taking place. Now, before we do that, though, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and ring the bell for all the updates. We do daily Marvel and DC videos, and we want to be your place for all the superhero news, but we're going to bring it to you truthfully and transparently so you are in the know. Well, today is April the 4th, or 4/4, and Marvel Studios has decided to release some new official poster art for the Fantastic Four, giving us a first look at Johnny Storm as the Human Torch. This new art is by artist Ryan Menderling, and it looks like Marvel is going to lean very heavily into the comics for this adaptation of the Human Torch. Let's go ahead and check it out. Well, as you can see, Marvel is definitely doing a comic-accurate take on the character. You can clearly see his FF symbol on his chest and the texture of the costume, which is often something that we see in the comics. I really think Joseph Quinn is a great pick for this character, and if Marvel is leaning this hard into the classic look, well, Johnny Storm is likely to be a highlight of the upcoming film. Now, like I was saying, there's a little more to this art than just Johnny Storm. If you look carefully in the background behind Johnny's giant flaming four, you will see a city. And quite honestly, not only is that city unrecognizable, but it definitely looks like it's from an alternate universe. This is something we keep hearing over and over again, and we talked about it a lot yesterday with that Silver Surfer casting, suggesting this is indeed taking place on an alternate Earth, possibly even Earth X, and that this Fantastic Four will, by the end of the film, land in the MCU proper, but it feels like they're giving a lot of creative, flexibility in developing at least the origin story. Now, when Marvel posted this, they put a link on there, but now the page appears not to be found. Now, this is often called a 404 message, and when it pops up, you actually get a look at the 404 in the Fantastic Four font with Herbie the Robot and a QR code. Now, apparently, if you scan that QR code, you will be granted access to 5 separate Fantastic Four comics. Number 1, number 48, number 49, number 50, and Fantastic Four Life Story number 1. Now, obviously, issue number 1 gives us the origin of the team, but issues 49 through 50 are considered one of the most classic Fantastic Four stories ever and involve their first interactions with Galactus and the Silver Surfer. Now, the final book, Life Story, is actually a 6-part series that explores the foursome's lives as they aged in real time across the decades amid the backdrop of the classic space race that ultimately gave them their powers. Now, it's pretty clear from these comics that they are offering that they are indeed going to focus on that classic origin and their interaction with outer space, and with that they'll encounter Galactus and the Silver Surfer in this particular universe. It seems like Marvel is indeed going all out on the Fantastic Four. I highly recommend you check out these books from the QR code if they're still available. You also might want to take a look at the Earth X series, since we know this version of the Silver Surfer definitely is part of that story. And get ready, because we're definitely not revisiting the MCU for the Fantastic Four. We're revisiting a whole new world.